All right. Wait. Does it sound good? Does the sound good? Oh, my lights aren't on, so it's all dark and you get a shadow on my face. Let me turn my lights on. Let me go do that. All right. That's better. That's better. Yes, it is. How are we doing tonight? How are we doing? All right. Let's see. Where were we? Oh, yes. We got this. The last thing that we need to do here, I believe, is this. I did make this work. Whoa. Not the client. Not the client. Let's see. What are we moving? We are moving this AI manager. Now, I don't think it needs to be in a box anymore. We just need it to be an AI manager. AI manager. Done. Oh, well, actually, let's just delete this part then. Just delete that part. Okay, AI manager is the new AI manager. Beautiful. Why is this upset? Wait, why did that make that upset? Client is just this WebSocket client, which we clone here. Doesn't take any reference to the AI manager. 1 second. Oh, because I screw. Okay, I understand why. I understand now. All is well. We'll just leave this like this. It's upset because of this. All right. Let's see. Flatten Tokyo spawn AI manager clone. Yeah, there we go. That's what we were looking for. Is this not clonable? How dare we? We don't need it to be cloned. We'll just pass it and let it consume. We'll just pass it. We want it to be consumed. So we'll just do this. That should be right. No method run. How dare you? There is. Now a run method. There we go. Wait, is it not async? Oh, yeah, it's not. It's not. It's not. All right, so we found a result error. Oh, does spawn expect a result? Oh, okay, because all of these are going to need to have the same. All of these tri-joins here. Okay. So we'll give it this. What was it expecting? Let's see. We'll give it this. Okay, it does not like that. Why does it not like that? All right, miss. Oh, whoa, that's on the match. Oh, that's not what I meant. I meant here. Go ahead and import that. Oh, Ire's not in. Let's just see if it will just take a result. I'm not sure if that will work. I'm not sure. Cannot follow my. Let's see. We just need to import this. Why did add? That's not what needs to happen here. Oh, we'll need to add some braces to this arm and this arm. No, not that. Add me some braces. And then we're going to... Actually, we don't want to return from this. No, we don't. Why is this complaining? This shouldn't return. Oh. No, we don't want to return. Oh, we are not looping here. Okay, that's why. That's why. We never called loop. There we go. Now, that's fine. It's still not importing anyhow. I believe that's the right macro. Did we not import this into our cargo? No, we didn't. That's why it's not. Oh, no, we did. We did. We already did. Is this not the right use of this macro? I feel like this is... I feel like it is correct. Let me try to just actually import it up here. Feel like... Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh, yeah. We need to just error. There is a mismatch type there. All right. Let's run FMT. That code indenting was killing me. All right, that's looking much better. How's everyone doing tonight? Hopefully well. Okay. Now what are we doing? Oh, back to here, to our spawn. I don't think that was the right return type. Let's see. Found results. Felt okay to me. I don't use ire. I haven't used it in that crate, and it's not a particularly like so. Ire is very much towards like web requests and whatnot, and I didn't really want to do that because it's not. Oh, and so I don't even have it imported here. Is that not going to allow us to join on these though? Which seems likely true. Good evening, Russell. Or yeah, good night. Good night, Russell. Good night sounds like you're wishing them a good sleep, but I don't know how to greet somebody when it is legitimately night. Like evening feels wrong. Good evening. Maybe good evening is right. Ooh, if you're here, I might as well go over my first blunder. This is a little annoying because I think this should be right. Yeah, this is an error report versus we probably just need to use ire instead of an anyhow error. Because all of these are going to return these ire reports or ire errors, which I guess are all part of this report structure. Well, this is a report, but if we go here, that's a different package module, and I just didn't want to import ire into that. This is an ire error, but I guess an ire error can be a report. Wait, I don't understand. How does ire error go to report? How is it a report? 1 second. I have never seen this wizardry. Oh, I hit F11 again. I hit Alt 11, F11. Twice in 1 week. It's a new record, I do believe. Is it a fork? Okay. I think it is a fork. I don't really want to use it. I think I'm going to try to get back away from it, back to anyhow. I don't know. The people that created the Twitch API were using it, so I just went with it. I try not to fork things unless you really have to, is my general But this is really weird because this error is going to this struct. Okay. So we just need to return a report from this. I think we're just going to go along with this and say that we are going to return ire from everything. Despite the ire that raises in me. Also, I have no idea how to pronounce that. I am pronouncing it ire. Is it ire? I don't know. Oh, as I was saying, let's say. I didn't mean to paste all of that. I just meant that. There we go. Does it have a macro to let me... Oh, I might need to spell it correctly. Does it have a macro to let me do that? We'll see. It appears the answer is yes. I can never get I can never get it to decide to give me a macro. All right, so now everything should work. Russell, did the stuff that I sent you made sense? I can show you, I can walk you through the code of what was wrong. I actually am so glad that we came across this because now when I do the Rust on threading, I have another topic to go over with threading because I think that would be one that could catch people unawares. I've just never done it. I've literally never had this issue, and I can see how easy it would be. The fix bit is this. I made this a sync channel, but I don't think that will make sense unless if I show you why. This is an asynchronous channel. This is a synchronous channel. So this sender is getting put in here in this WebSocket client. And this WebSocket client is getting awaited on this run. All this is fine so far. So far, so good. The problem is in this loop, we were making a clone right here of the sender and passing it onward. The problem is a borrow started here between a wait. So this was borrowed across this wait, which means it needs to be sync and sendable. It was sendable, it just wasn't syncable. And it needed to be syncable because this was possibly putting it on another thread. And so it would have to sync it between those threads. So I was holding that lock across this. And even when I was putting it on the object self, well, self gets referenced here and that goes across the wait. So I was having the same problem. And this is why it just isn't easy to debug, is because it'll never show you here as the problem. It never pointed to this being the problem and then that it was getting consumed here across this wait. Oh, wait. So the real fix here is to, and I haven't done the real fix. I don't want this synchronous. To be fair, I don't want this to be synchronous. This is fine though. The real fix here is to basically make copies of the stuff that this message needs here. But the problem with that, and the reason it gets a little bit more messy, is this holds my database access and stuff like that. Or not my database, my Helix client and stuff. I think this should be doable. I just need to rework the code a little. Yes, it's tricky. It was tricky. Because it was erroring over here that my sender wasn't send and syncable. But the reason it wasn't was that over here, it's not that I was using it. I was using it completely correctly. It was just that I was borrowing it across an await, and there was no way to not borrow it across this await because I needed to use it here when processing a message. Um, so yeah, um, it's it's tricky. It makes sense to me. It makes sense to me. I need to work that into a video. Because I think if I can figure it out, just about anybody can figure it out. It's not that big of a deal, but it was more painful than most things to figure out. Especially because if it had happened in near proximity, it wouldn't have been so bad. The fact is, my code was already a little bit of a mess. And so, it happens in a different module. Um, yeah. So, all right, I think we can actually run, and I think this should work. I think it should actually work now. Like, no joke. And then maybe we go through a little bit of a cleanup because maybe we have way too many warnings. Maybe. Maybe we do a small cleanup. It was tough because there was a lot of moving pieces and because I didn't know what to look up. Um, yes. And trying to reproduce it with a simpler version helped me understand what was going on. I actually reproduced it with a mutex, which was pretty easy to reproduce. Um, when I do a video, I'll have an easy to reproduce one that's in the same file. It's not too hard to actually do when you know what's wrong. But the hard part is if you search for it, you're searching for the wrong thing. If you're like, hey, why isn't this sender syncable? People will be like, oh yeah, you just move it in there, and I'm like, well, that's what I was doing. I was using the move word. I understood that I was moving ownership there, and so it wasn't clicking to me on why that wasn't the case. And how would I search for that? It's like the engineering bag of tricks work for any language. Yeah. Okay, yeah, and then we definitely need to clean up. I think some of this, like, oh yeah, this can be deleted. So this is just some unused code when I was experimenting around. Cargo run. Let's see. This is going to be monolith. This is gonna fail because yep, we need some stuff. We need to source our GPT chat. We need to put in our very leaked access token at this point. Let's see. It's okay. My access token being leaked for this specifically. This specific because it doesn't have access to anything except for public data. So like I have to access the Twitch API, but it's only getting public data anyhow. So I will reset it towards the end of this. Oh, I don't have that saved. 1 second. I do have it. There we go. This is. Oh, it was a single app. We renamed it. And it's all working again. Now it shouldn't care if ChatGPT is slow to respond. I need to. That would actually be amazing. that is what streamers need right there. Oh well. That key will be gone in a second. The only problem with that is the only problem that I see right now is it would have to dynamically update your application as well because this isn't going to re-pick up a key. So it would, but it would be fine in testing. It wouldn't be good for running, but it would be great in testing stuff like this, where it could start failing now, and that's fine. I just hit Control C and restart it. All right, now. I mean, now it's basically done. Okay, maybe that's a little far from the truth. There's a few things we have to do. We have the AI manager here that needs to have this uncommented. Oh no, we're not actually doing machine learning. Why did I comment this? Oh, this was me to see if the new the messages, because I thought it was the message for a little while because I was a little I was being a little extra smart. Okay. Yeah, let's stop this. That won't do any good. Now we have some real machine learning. All right. Now let me think here. Okay, so we can do like a picture and we can expand it out so it's customizable, like have some settings and stuff that we can set. That's more down when I start to make it more of a service, so people could like configure it. So we have configuration that needs to be done. We definitely have expanding on. Right now we just have follow. We need to do more than just follow. Easy peasy. We need to do subscriber. Subscriber and follow are the two that I want to support at first. So we're not far off of supporting everything that I want to support. We need to do the database. We need to do the database. But we can do that now because we're on a different thread. All of this is happening on a different thread, which is beautiful. So now we can throw a database in here. We might do something a little different here. Oh, actually, we could make this async, right? This new event. Oh, it's on this, but we could actually make this async as well, right? Because this run is just going to be here, so we can just do the await on it in the spawn. So I think we could just make all this async, and this would be better. Wait, can we do the loop this way? Yeah. So I think that's what we're going to do. It was getting weird because originally we had it as an interface, that like new message, and then you have to have an async trait, and yeah. Okay, so I think we'll make these async again. Well, a little wrong there. But I dare say, oh, the other thing, the big thing, I need a UI. I need it to not be this. I can't. This can't be the way we have new subscribers and followers. It needs to have a UI to it. And I know, Russell, you gave me a project that I completely forgot about because we had so many other things we were thinking about. I need to go see if I can't find that again. But yes. So those are two big things. The UI is probably going to be a couple of its own streams. Maybe we can start on this Saturday. Configuration, the UI, handling subscriber message, that's going to be 5 minutes. We'll get that done tonight. Tari, that's what it is. Tari. Let me bring that up in some Firefox. What do people use? I'm using this right here. Do people use? I'm getting really annoyed with it though, because like, I'm searching for TER, and it still recommends Firefox, even though I'm obviously trying to go to my terminal. I have to go, like, it's a little annoying. Oh, am I studying oxidation? You know what? The answer is no. Although I do have a chemistry degree, so I know quite a bit about oxidation. My let's see. Rust Foundation trademark. I'll come up with it. The Rust Foundation. Oh, this is First Foundation. Rust Foundation. Okay, yeah, here we go. You can see people commenting on it. Basically, the Rust Foundation is trying to trademark the word Rust, which is the language that we're using. And and yeah, basically, I call them the Rust Federation from now on, and I use the word oxidized instead of rust. Honestly, all of this, I use it in somewhat good humor because I think, hopefully, my hope is that they were trying to protect Rust and their thing, and I hope that they did it in a good faith attempt to protect, and were just misguided. I really hope that they just got in a room full of lawyers, were misguided by people that don't understand an open source community, and were just trying to do the right thing but ended up doing the wrong thing. And if that's the case, I believe in a few weeks they will rescind the document that's going on right now, because they've gotten a lot of feedback to that effect, and we'll move on, and it will be a joke, and so like that's what I hope happens. I mean, because like there is I mean, obviously there's a chance that it's not good faith, but I think you should give them the benefit of the doubt. I don't know what I'm doing here. Why did I await that? You know, the Rust Foundation is there to protect and cultivate the Rust programming language. That's what they're doing. Right. And even like, I don't know, and I'm not commenting on your take on guns, but it's like you can have a conference about Rust unless if one of the attendees brings a gun, which feels like, okay, so one of your attendees makes you break copyright violation. Like, it got really political and very, very, Yeah, into the weeds. Like, you can't have a domain with the word Rust in it, which they're never going to be able to enforce that. Like, that's what they said, but it's a common English word. They would. I'm not a legal expert. I'm not giving legal advice. I don't think they would ever be able to enforce that. I think I could go get a website with Apple in the word, and Apple would be able to do nothing. Now, if I tried to trick people, like if I tried to use the AE to trick people into going to my Apple, they could probably do something about that. But if I had Apple is awesome or Apple is the worst thing in the world and I hate them.com, Apple probably can't do anything about it. And I don't like Apple. I would probably get that domain. I might go get that domain. It's just that when they go to a bit go to the bit about not being allowed to use the logo without explicitly stating you're not part of the Rust. Yeah. Oh, Samsung already. Dang it. Samsung beat me to the domain. Ah. Well, dang it. I'll have to see if I can't buy it off of Samsung. All right. Why is this? Mismatch type. So yeah, for right now, I'm just putting oxidize. Not because I can't use Rust. I can use Rust in my titles, because it's not official yet. But it's more of my showing my. But yeah, but if you're a chemistry person, I'd love to talk to you about oxidation. While I wonder why this this all of a sudden when I made this async, I don't know that this expression has a type of impl future output result anyhow error. No, this is an IR error. I don't know why it thinks it's supposed to be an anyhow error. This doesn't even make sense here. I take the error, I wrap it in a new error, wrap it in an IR. Oh, it's the error enum. Sorry, I didn't wrap it in new. This makes sense. Okay. Um, but this doesn't because it has nothing to do about the. I don't. I don't have any. Oh, did we change new event? Oh, we changed new event. Sorry, this has a. This is now a. Oh, I'm sorry. This needs to be awaited. Okay, I got it now. This needs a. There we go. I was not thinking about that. I got stuck on oxidation. Got stuck on oxidation. All right. Let's see. Now we can just await this. Await. And everything should be happy. Everything's not happy. Why are you not happy? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. A future is not send as the value is used across and await. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We've done it. Oh, we're using the receiver across a thread. So future cannot be sent with between threads safely within a AI manager. The trait sync is not implemented for receiver. Future is not send as its value is used across and await. So we're using receive across and await. Well, are we talking about pure alcohol, which doesn't actually exist? We can talk about methods of trying to get 100% alcohol, but that actually doesn't work. Um, Where are we? Oh, I know where we are. It's right here. We have an await here. Oh no, we actually block on it. Yeah, but that's still not actually pure. Not to be nitpicky. It also isn't stable. So it's not going to stay 99.x for long. I don't know how fast it breaks down. But you're not going to maintain 99 point. I don't know what they've got. They might have 4 9s now. Back in the day, I think back in the day they got like 99 when I was in school. But I don't actually know if theoretically, let's say as the limit reached 100%. I don't know if alcohol causes it to rust. Um, I could see where it might not, where you might think it would. Wouldn't if it was stainless steel. But I would guess that it does. All right, but so we actually block on here, so we're not using this receiver across and await. Oh, we are because it's in a loop. And it's only a single receiver. So you know what? I just said that we could do this and it would make everything easier, but now I'm going to take it back and say we can't do this because it does not make it easier. I think we can still do this. I need to think of a way to rewrite this type of code because basically we want to work on the receive and then we want to drop the receive. We don't need to borrow it anymore. And then we want to call new event. Almost like this, and maybe this is not a good way of doing this, but let me see if this works. Uh, how do I want to do this? Okay, that's still across. Wait. What? It changed what it was saying though. Future is not sent. Consider moving this to a let binding to create a shorter-lived borrow. That's what I was thinking. Is maybe we need to shorten its borrow because I think right now it's getting borrowed here, but it's staying borrowed across the wait. So can we do something like can we do something like this where our borrow of the receive is done very short and moves on? No. That doesn't seem. Is there another await that I'm borrowing across? It's not this await, right? One second. Does 100% pure uh Oh, that's a good point. Alcohol will dissolve coatings as well. 100% pure ones would I just Googled it. You were too late. Too slow. Too slow. Is there another await that I'm borrowing this over? This is kind of gross. Am I borrowing it across? So there's no other. This is the only receive. It feels like this should be fine. I guess maybe it's considering this across an await. That might be fair. This might be the await that it. So I would have to get rid of this. But then if I get rid of that, then I get rid of this. And now I can't have this. So I guess we go back to, let's not make these async, and we'll all be happier for it. And we'll just block off. We could submit this to Tokyo, I guess. Right, we could get the handler and do the block on here, so everything here could be async. Is that what we want? Would that be cleaner? Maybe that would be cleaner. Because we were going to have to use block on quite a bit down here. So maybe we leave this async. And we just go here. Threaded handle. We're going to get rid of this. Actually, I'm going to copy and paste this. Note to self, change that. I don't know what res means. Why did I name that res? I think I was pretty tired. It's the receiver. I don't know why I put res. Okay, we're going to leave this. Okay, and now we need to block on. Thread handle, block on this. Okay. I don't know if that's a better way of handling that. And now we can get rid of all this garbage. Wait, not all of that. We need this. Wait. We need this. There we go. There we go. All right. Now it's not happy. Oh. Forgot the equal sign. I did delete a little too much. And await. Beautiful. We need to await this now too. So we take that out, await. All right. I feel like this is better. We handle this nastiness right here, and then we can just use await later on. We also don't want to copy the receiver. Yeah, okay. Well, we can't. Single receiver. All right. So that's actually good to know that wait, here we go. That this await here would be a cross and await, even though it's part of this object, which makes sense. So, makes sense. Basically, if you do a dot await like this, if you're doing this right here, you can't have something that's not syncable in this object. Cool. All right. We can. No new followers. Shame. Let's cancel that. Let's see if we can run it again. And then we're going to do just a little bit of cleanup. Just a little bit of cleanup. Let's, all right. Twitch listener, flatten is never. 1 second. Let's do cargo FMT. There we go. Okay, so in Twitch listener, source main. Twitch listener main. Looks like we can just delete these. Delete this. Another thing that we could do in those scenarios is to throw it behind. So another thing that we could do is like throw it behind an arc. An arc is a thing that sends and syncs things, wraps things for it. So we could have put it behind an arc. I really hate putting locks into things. I feel like it's better to rewrite the code to not have a lock in general. I mean, if you can help it. Obviously, there's times when you have to have locks. Locks should be last resorts. You can't do it a different way to not have a lock. These event queues are gone and garbage. This doesn't have an SQLite database anymore. And flatten isn't used anymore. That is correct. Wow. And so now all of these things. This is beautiful. We have cleaned up so much. Are all of these okay? We've made the Twitch listener a thing that really just listens to Twitch. It's amazing. It's amazing. All right. Wow. Can I really delete all of that? That was a lot of crap. That was a lot. Whew. All right. What's the problem here? Okay, a little extra imports. That happens when you're moving quick. Get a few extra imports you don't need. We're leaving that one. All right, let's go here. Let's dig into here. All right. Yep. Cool. Cool. Let's see. Oh my gosh, that's so much less. It only took 0.08 seconds instead of 0.35. That's how you know it's getting better. Actually, it is quite a bit less. It's quite a bit less, to be honest. This feels better. All right. Everything in Kafka is garbage. All right, clean that up. Clean that right up. Don't need async trait anymore. Don't need the Twitch API anymore because it's all beautifully decoupled. Okay, we need this, so we're leaving that. I really don't like doing this. Unless I want it and I'm saying I never want to do anything with it. I'll take just having the warning because I actually want to do stuff. I want to save this stuff in a database. So like that's fair. Why is this a warning? Unreachable pattern. It's unreachable. Unreachable. Oh, because I consume everything here. Because it used to be that I just used the raw API. Now I don't. Now I don't. Beautiful. All right. Let's make a commit. Yeah, I don't have the OLED. I don't have the OLED of solid, but I got most of the S. Just need to get the rest of the OLED. Oh, my phone is all right. Nothing important. Spam call. Let's just do a cargo format. That's not working in it is not working for me, so let's see. We made it work. Let's see. Threading done. Let's see. There's got to be a more informative message of what we did. It was really just threading, though. This was the end of the breakout. I guess we were breaking everything out. Well, we kind of already did that, and now we threaded it all. So I guess it's threading. Yeah, really just threading. It's pretty complete. I'm sure we'll make updates to it, but it's a pretty good start. Oh, message queues. Oh, message queues. I love message queues. And I'm assuming you're not talking about, yeah, you could talk Red Panda. Red Panda is not Java based. I don't know that it's necessarily faster. Now, I also, is Kafka a message queue or is Kafka a uh, a log based database? I think you could make an argument that it's a log based database that happens to support distributed messaging through log based database mechanisms. But message queue is fine. There's 0MQ. Which, if I was to do a message queue that wasn't Kafka for the null cloud, it'd probably be 0MQ. It's what I did Gary with. So one of the things that Gary got rid of was the components didn't speak through HTTP. It just actually used this as a message queue. But this is a little different of a message queue than something like Kafka. I hate to put these exactly in the same bucket because they're not like Kafka gives you a lot more guarantees around stuff. So I guess I would ask what you're looking for. I actually think a Kafka yeah, I don't know. I don't think this gives as many guarantees. So like the producer and consumer of Kafka is really powerful. Um, so like in Kafka, your whole cluster can crash and you can come back. You didn't lose any data. I don't know that 0MQ. I need to look. I only ever used it in memory, so maybe it can store and it has something like some consensus broker like Raft or whatnot. I don't know that it does. That would be my I maybe need to look more into this to understand. I think if it doesn't, if you wrapped 0MQ with something to make a message broker like Kafka, this would be way better. Oh, then you want to look into 0MQ. Here, let me drop this into chat. I think that would work really well for you. Yeah, I like it. That being said, I've never used it at a large scale. I think for at least initial null cloud, I'm gonna use Kafka. Are you talking about the you're you're talking about the edge thing. Is it I thought it was cube edge. Cube edge. This uses a message broker effectively, right? No, this is not what you're talking about? Okay, never mind. I thought CNCF okay, this is what kills me about the CNCF, and this is why I'm never quite part of these groups. Like I'm never part of like the inside group is the need for Kubernetes native message queue broker. If if you're arguing that Kubernetes needs its own native message queue broker, I would probably make the argument that Kubernetes itself has been broken somewhere where it needs a special message broker just for it. Um, sorry, I got sidetracked by this up here. The need for Kubernetes. Like, if you're making that statement, I feel like you're making the statement that Kubernetes itself is broken in a way. Connected. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't read this and think, oh, it's just like an edge thing. I mean, message brokers are common in the edge. I have not seen this though. I don't actually get it. It's like that they're saying this goes to Nats, but this would be CTAE. They should have capitalized the things that they got to get Nats. Like, where the crap is Nats coming from? I need to not get hung up on these things. I know it doesn't matter. They can name it whatever. But where the crap did they get Nats? Yeah, I want to know where you got. Is it this in? Did you just take it from this in or this in? In a. Where's the next T? T. S. I did it. In a T S. Nats. All right. Sorry. Sorry. The other thing that I don't like about CNCF things a lot of the time, not all the time, because there's a decent number of what I would call really good projects that don't do this. Some of the time you get these CNCF projects that are Kubernetes only, and that really annoys the tar out of me. Really, it's like Argo CD. I love Argo CD. It is Kubernetes only. Period. It cannot run without Kubernetes effectively. Um, so we do event streaming. Okay. Maybe we do a little bit of research. Maybe I won't just jump to Kafka. I was going to use Kafka initially for the null cloud because I thought it was going to be the easiest, but we can really do it with any event um, as long as they give me strong guarantees around, if I run it in high availability. It also needs to not just be events in memory, it needs to be stored so you can have the replayability and things like that. That Kafka does really well. So I'll have to do some research. I'll put Nats on the list to look at as well. Red Panda is Kafka compatible, so if you're using Kafka connectors and whatnot, there is the Red Panda. Um, I take this with a grain of salt. 10 times faster and 6 times lower in total cost. These type of things are easy. Like, what workload? Under what workload? They say it's JVM free, which makes me think that it's at least lower cost, lower memory requirements. Like, don't get me wrong, they're probably true. But Pulsar, yeah, I don't hear much about Pulsar anymore. You're right. Interestingly, it did come up in conversation. Python is JVM free. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Um, anyways, all I was saying is like you can make your platform geared towards certain workloads, like Aerospike, for example. Aerospike destroys certain workloads. It just destroys them. And so, yes, you could make highly opinionated tests that does the happy path for Aerospike, and you're not even going to find another database that's even remotely close. Not even remotely close. And so, like, yeah, they're probably not lying. They probably have a specific test that they run that is faster than Kafka in these dimensions, but it's feeding data that Red Panda likes. However they handle it. However they handle it. Um, let's look up Apache Pulsar. Wow, their website is like super modern for an Apache. Holy crap. It must be good. It must be going good. This is the most beautiful Apache website I have seen. Like, I don't know. I'm sorry, Apache. I love the Apache Foundation. I think they've done a lot of great stuff. And do you know why I say that? Like, if you look at a foundation and look at projects that are critical to people's infrastructure that have withstood the test of time, you're probably running Apache somewhere. Like, literally, it's they have projects that solve every problem, and that are good at it. Let's. Oh, there we go. Wow, this is the best Apache site I have seen. And actually, because they didn't go white background, this is not too bad. I don't even feel like going to the dark background. You know what? You know what? This is probably written in Tailwind. Yeah, you heard it here. This website is probably written in Tailwind. It's probably a WordPress site. I know. I know. Monta, you joined just right at the right time. You joined right at the right time. I have no idea. I was just commenting that it was the most beautiful Apache website I've seen. Usually Apache, like let's go look up some Apache website. Apache Kafka. We'll do Apache Kafka. Wow, did they just update all their websites? 100% did they just update all their websites to not suck? I thought that they used to just be like straight. I am going to their more main one. Let's another Apache project. What's another Apache project? Open DevTools and see if the classes should look like a sentence. uh, uh, oh, you. I almost love using Tailwind just to make you mad at this point. Uh, brings me joy. Oh, okay. All right. We are cooking here. We are cooking. Look at that. It's beautiful. Can one of you do me a favor? Pretty please. Can't wait. All right. All right. You know what, Russell? I have a fix for you. I have a fix for you. I'm going to introduce you to something that will just blow your mind. Uno CSS. Here you go. Because Tailwind wasn't good enough for you. They created Uno CSS just for you. It's the one CSS tool you'll need. It's Uno CSS. It's basically Tailwind, but it doesn't generate all the classes, just like specific. I don't really know. I don't really know. Check it out, or don't. Oh, all right, all right. So it is the draw four classes card. Oh, why the crap am I using 20 gigs? Why the crap am I using 20 gigs? Do I have? I don't have a memory. I don't have a memory leak, but you know, one thing I could be doing is holding on to too much memory. Um, Although I don't have a weak reference, so I shouldn't be able to do that. I hate OBS. A Tailwind site open a tab, maybe. Oh, I hate OBS. Okay, so it's not us, which is good. I don't care that I'm using it. The funny thing is, OBS isn't even running anymore. There's no window for me to that has OBS. I closed it. I was recording a few screen captures for or I was trying to record a few screen captures, but it kept hanging, and I'm guessing that those are processes that it spawned that are still working. So the problem I have with tools that fix problems of other tools, twin macro. The problem I have with tools that fix problems of other tools, it means your tool has a problem. Now, the real tool that has a problem, the real tool that has a problem is CSS. I get that. And all of these things are trying to fix the problem that CSS sucks. CSS, HTML, the web in general. But we're not fixing that right now. All right. Threading work complete. Thought that died in 2022. Here soon it's going to be JavaScript in CSS. You got to reverse it every few years. So if we want to be bleeding edge next year, JavaScript in CSS. Think about that. That really makes sense now that I think about it. Instead of the JSX, it's going to be JSC or CJX. That's what it's going to be. Yep, let the AI fix it. No, right now the AI will screw it up. I promise. The AI will screw that up. Does that if that already exists, I'm a clairvoyant, or I have no idea. If that exists, I don't want to know about it. All right, I need one of you to do me the honor of unfollowing me and following, just to make sure this is still working as it's intended. I need to know. 1 second. Don't do it right yet. I'm just going to restart it really quickly. Man, we got that down to just 3 warnings, and those are all warnings that we want. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Now we're listening. Now I need you to unfollow and follow. Just one of you. Any one of you. Oh. Oh. That hurt. You didn't get an AI follower message. you, oh, that hurts. The application panicked. So we got you. We got your event, Monta. Thank you very much. You're helping. Cannot start a runtime without a runtime. We didn't have a runtime. We don't have a runtime. I didn't know that was possible. I know exactly where that is. It's right here. We're getting the current thread. How is this not possible? Or how is this not possible? How is this possible? Because right here in our monolith, we spawn this in the Tokyo runtime. Right here. Oh, you got your first taste of WebSocket yesterday. WebSocket, not webhook. WebSockets are fun. Are you doing it in microservice? Because then we can have some fun chats. Because microservice WebSocket means you have to have a message queue, an event system in the back end. Whew, it's kind of fun. Okay. So Tokyo create runtime. We'll have to create our own runtime. Because I guess inside of one of their threads, Tokyo doesn't have a runtime. I didn't realize that. I just want... Okay, here we go. This feels wrong. We don't need that. All right, Monta. Would you like an AI-powered personal message? There is at least a 3% chance, by my calculations, that this works this time. I mean, if it gets the job done, it gets the job done. No! No! No, Monta! You killed it! You killed our baby! I cannot start a runtime within a runtime. But that's how they said to get the runtime. That's what they told. You. I don't know whether I'm hurt or honored that you know me so well. Okay, 1 second. I think I jumped to a conclusion without reading the full message. So let's look up here. Let's look up here for the first error. All right. This happens because a function like block_on attempted to block the current thread while the thread is being used to drive asynchronous tasks. I don't think that how I was doing it was... Oh wait, this is cannot start a runtime within a runtime. That's... No. Where's the one where it cannot... Where's the no runtime one? So this one actually makes sense. It can't start a runtime within a runtime. I thought we had one that said it couldn't get the current runtime. That's not this, though. Cannot start a runtime, but I wasn't trying to start a runtime. 1 second, let's go back to the original code. It said this failed, right? Monta, you're going to have to do it again because I don't see the message. That's not the message I remember. You know what? If it gave me the ability to resend messages, we'd not have this problem. I don't have that ability. You know what I could do, though? I could fake out their server, but... Oh, okay, so let's read this message. It's saying cannot start a runtime within a runtime. Okay, so this part makes sense. This happens because a function like block_on tempted to block the current thread while the thread is being used to drive asynchronous tasks. And basically what they're saying there is how it works. Oh, current is the one driving it, maybe? Yeah, I think Russell's the one that has to be moderated every once in a while. All right. So what I'm thinking here is that we get the current handle, but that's actually the one driving. And so block on is trying to drive the asynchronous, which isn't allowed. Oh no! We just got away from this because this causes us problems because we have to send and sync across and await. So the problem here is that this can't be async, because if this is async, if this right here is async, then we're sending and syncing our receiver across across and await. So we got to rethink all of this. Wait. Am I just being dumb? Can I do this? This is async, right? Yeah, it's async. It's async. Uh oh, but we're not going to be able to like do this. No, we can't do this. So how do we do this? We need to receive. And if we're receiving, we can't call await here. We can't make this asynchronous because then the receive isn't sender syncable. No, he's watching one of Kay's cooking videos. It hurts me to my core. He has another YouTuber that he watches. It'll be okay though. I don't believe that we can copy these. Let's see. This is a single receiver, right? The sender can be cloned to the same channel multiple times, but only one receiver is supported. So receiver doesn't support clone. Oh man, you don't get auto modded on K's videos? I don't know. Like somebody theorized that it was my name that made YouTube mod, like something like with the word null. It's auto moderation doesn't like. I haven't gotten a straight answer from them. I was like, look, YouTube, I'm bringing you in like $3 a month, making you the big bucks. Answer me. And they didn't answer me. So, jobless jobster, howdy, how are you? Doing pretty well. I was pretty excited. This was going really well, and now we have a problem. And according to this, there's no good solution for it. Let's see. There's no good solution for it. So maybe I'm not doing really well. I was really excited. It was going so well. And it turns out we can't use block on here. Like this. I am one sync trait away from AI powered greetings. Actually, the jobless jobster, it is pretty amazing. This thing here, when there's a new follower or new subscriber you just followed, it gives you a personalized message. And it actually generates it with AI. So when I have Twitch alerts, when I finally get them, sorry, the monitor screen is here, but when I get Twitch alerts on the screen for you all, they will be personalized just for you. Your own epic story. At this point, though, they cause it to crash. Monta was testing it for me, and he kept causing my application to die. Because we're in a conundrum here. This needs to be async. We can make it async. And as soon as I make it async, this fails because this receiver. Do I put this receiver behind an arc? You know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the receiver behind an arc, and that's what. Oh. Yeah, sorry. I went into full screen to say thanks for following, jobless jobster. This receiver will fail if I make this async. But what I'm going to do for today is I'm going to make it an arc. I feel like there has to be a viable pattern that I am failing to see. Like that's my gut. And maybe this is some bad code because this is taking a reference to self and running, which I think is what I want to do, but then it can't have this if it's async because then it has to be synchronized across threads. And we can't pass it in. Wait. That's what we do. I got it, guys. That's why sync refuses to work for me. Dang it. Um, Monta, don't worry. Russell is really usually the villain. So don't worry, you're not actually. What we do is we take this off. Now this is send and syncable, right? As long as SQLite pool is, which I'm going to just guess that it is. I'm going to hope that it is. We're going to remove this. Beautiful. Now, we can't do this, but we can do our little tricky thing that we were going to do. This is going to take a receiver. This is going to take a receiver. And we're going to use it just like that. But what we can do now is in each loop, because what we can't do is we can't hold the receiver across and await. That's what we can't do. That's a no-no. So we can remove this. We're going to call await here, await, just like that. We're going to make this a async, just like this. Okay. And then what we're going to do is actually do our fun little thing here. Let MSG. Then we're going to do this. Oh. It knows. And then we're going to match on this message. Just like this. Oh, look at that. It's looking beautiful now. Get ready for attempt 2 out of 5. We'll see if this even compiles. We'll see if this even compiles. So we can't hold on to this receiver across this await, but I'm not going to. It's held on this. I'm getting it here and dropping it here. Don't pass in the receiver here. No. Put the receiver here. And we have to await this. Oh! It feels good when you have an idea that actually might work. There's no guarantee. No guarantee. Oh, also, Jobless Job Cert. Go ahead and tell us about your ML framework. That's actually a really good point, Russell. Thanks for calling that out. We've used a little PyTorch. That's what we've been using. PyTorch. We're a little torchy. We're a little hot. I have no idea where I was going with that. Please forgive me. Cargo, FMT, cargo. Actually, I'll just run it like this. Monta, the honors, please. Crash it. Go ahead and crash it. While Jobless Jobster tells us about the... Oh, wait. No crashing. Russell, you doubted me. I do actually think this is attempt 3 out of 5. Look at that. A custom Twitch follow message. Monta TMNT was a skilled Rust developer with a love for the language and a passion for pushing it to its limits. As he set out on a new project, he found himself staring down the barrel of the null problem. How to handle a potentially missing value without causing a runtime error. After days of brainstorming and experimentation, Monta finally stumbled across a solution. Man, it doesn't give you much credit. You just stumbled across it. You didn't come up with it. That would make even the most seasoned Ruskian proud. He created a new library, Null Killer. Null Killer needs to be a project now. Actually, Jobless Job Seeker, don't discount the math that you're learning. Honestly, 100%. Monta never touched Rust in his life. I'm proud of you. You created the Null Killer. We need to actually make the front end of this, so Monta, that might be a little bit more exciting for you in the future. But look at this. It needs to be shorter. We need to help it be short. I told it to be short, and it didn't get very short. With the Null Killer in hand, Monta sailed through his project with ease. Does the Null Killer take down the Null Cloud? Dang it. Dang it. There goes my cloud, my dreams, my aspirations. Oh, you know C? Well, then you need have all that you need to know. I love Rust, the language. That's what we're doing here. We do write some other stuff every once in a while. Not a whole lot. I'll be doing some Tailwind here soon because I need to work on my main website, which I'm not even sure if it's running right now. Yeah, but it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. It's mainly CSS or Tailwind's fault. I blame Tailwind that it looks so bad. Actually, it doesn't look that bad in development. Wow. That was kind of mean, Russell. Wow, you know Fortran? My goodness. Isn't... I feel like Ada isn't that. I don't know Ada. It's statically typed, though. So I kind of like it already. Never mind. Extended from Pascal. I don't like it, I don't think. I do love this, though. In strong type we trust. Whoever created this is fantastic. That's a good point. What is it used for? What do you use Ada? Jobless job seeker? Wait. No, I said jobless job seeker. It's jobless Joestar. Jobless Joestar. I'm sorry. I've been screwing up your name for minutes. Jobless Joestar? Jobless Joestar. I'm going with that one. Oh, it's fine if it's your first language. It's fine if it's your first language. Oh, what do you do with robotics? That's awesome. Are you doing AI with your robotics? All right, one of you's got to be a Perl lover. I have a question for you all. I have a question. Is this gross? Is there a better way that we can think of doing this? I'm okay if this is the way. If we say this is how we want to do this. Is there... I feel like there must be a code smell that I'm not seeing where, like, I'm getting myself into this. Like, so some of the harder ones are like... Okay, so, for example, in Go, if you have an else statement in Go, I would say like 90% of the time it's a code smear that you got yourself into that problem because you probably shouldn't. Just how the language is structured, there really shouldn't be an else in many places. That's just the general flow of it. Not always true. Not always true. I'm generalizing here, but like that's why I said 90% of the time. And the thing that can be hard with some of the things like this is the actual right way is to rewrite everything. I don't know that that's true. I know this works, but I'm wondering if I've shot myself in the foot somewhere else. And that's why I have to do it this way. Oh, you're making a little rover? You should make a YouTube video about that. For introducing programming, Pascal is great. My children are using on Python. I know. It disgusts me too. It disgusts me too. Oh, your first language was JavaScript on Khan Academy? Very nice. The reason my kids are learning Python first, I found this, and I actually love it for children. I absolutely love it for children. This right here. Microsoft Make Code Arcade. They love this thing. And the coolest part about it is you have these blocks and like you can snap things together. And basically this is executing code here. I cannot make this. Oh, I can embiggen it. There we go. And you can do stuff. Whatever. The really cool thing is you can see it in Python. So it can take any block that you do here, any logic. So you can do stuff with variables. You can make a variable, and you can set that variable to a number, and then you can also see it in see ASD is equal to 6. Can we begin this? Yes, we can. And so this has been a really convenient way for them to see what they're doing and also see what it might look like in a language. It seems overly complex. I'd like to see a diagram to show why things need to be async and why they need to be instantaneous. Is there a Twitch listener block? Yeah, let's look at that. We can use callback in Rust. So the problem isn't the callback. So the problem here is this. I cannot borrow receiver across this weight. That means receiver cannot be borrowed when it goes. That's what this scope is doing. It's saying it's not going to be borrowed across here, because if I don't do this, what happens is the call to this doesn't go out of scope until the end of this. So this is forcing it to be very, very specific amount of scope. So all of this makes sense to me, why it needs to work the way that it does. But it does seem overly complex for what I'm wanting to do. And two things pop to my mind. Actix, which I don't know very well. Actix Web, but there's also like Actix, the actor framework. Maybe that solves some of the problems. Yeah, borrow of this receive to end right here. That's all this is doing. Like this, we can say let equals 5. We can do this, and we can we can do mute here, and we can over here say ASDF equals 7, no problem. And this is all fine. But if we tried to access ASDF here, this is a scope. So if we tried to say ASDF equals 6, this is going to error out because it's not in scope. Cannot find the value ASDF in this scope. It's not in this scope. So all I'm doing here is saying that the borrow of this receive ends here. Now, actually, now that I look at it, because I restructured this, I don't have to do this. This is very explicit, but this would work as well. Yeah, this would work as well. And the reason this works as well, if you do a let binding, this kind of creates its own scope here. You can do this, actually, because if you actually watch my YouTube videos on this, everything is assignable. And so, like, when you do this, it's just what the end of the scope is. And so in Rust, this and this is the exact same. These are the equivalent. And so this is actually binding the scope here. So anyways, I was just being more explicit, but I didn't need to be. So yes, I'm forcing this scope to be here. And this is better. I didn't need to do that. But this still feels weird that I have to pass this receiver in and it can't be part of this. Oh, it's super powerful, Monta. It's super powerful because see this match on message? See how this matches here? You could say So whatever this returns, this match statement, now it doesn't return anything, and that's why it's erroring here, because like this isn't actually returning anything. It's an empty object. This doesn't. But if you said, oh, on this we return a 5 and this we return a 1, this now is an I32. It knows that it's an I32, and if you match on this, when this match happens, this ASDF will have yeah, and we'd also have to match here, but whatever, you get the point. This ASDF would have the number in it, so it's super powerful. It lets you make really expressive code. Right now I'm injecting the receiver. Originally, I made it part of this struct that has the connection to our SQLite pool. It has our connection to ChatGPT. Now, actually, we need to run our own language server. That's one of the things we need to do in the future. We don't want to depend on ChatGPT in the future. We want to run our own. It was simpler to use ChatGPT for right now. This language looks like it's got C-like syntax, but feels esoteric at the same time. Okay, Jobless Joestar, you will like Go. If you like C and you want to learn a little bit more modern of a language that you can just bust something out quickly, use Go. Go with memory management. That's literally it. It has a garbage collector. So yeah, this run function now takes the receiver. I don't know. Is this the right way to do it? Maybe it is. We're going to go with it for right now. Because if it's part of this here, this AI manager gets borrowed across an await. So these have to be send and syncable. Because this await here, you know, we have a reference to ourselves. So we have a reference here to ourselves for lifetimes here. And we're borrowing across this await. Because we use self. Yeah, because we have a reference to ourselves. Why do we have a reference to ourselves? Do we even need a reference to ourselves here? Oh, yes, because it's self new event, because here we use the database connections. Yep, I'm a dum-dum. Go is C with every other line checking the error object. Yeah. No. You're wrong. You're wrong, Russell. You're wrong. You're wrong. I'll show you. I'll show you Go. Instead of checking the error, you get a lot of you just get a lot of people ignoring the error and then it crashing randomly in production. That's Go. I actually like Go. If you had to give me Go versus Java, I'd pick Go any day of the week. Any day. For a microservice, easy, I would pick Go. I think Go is one of the best microservices languages out there. Rust, I don't think I would call as good of a microservice language, but I use it for microservices because I love it. I think Rust is the best system language. I think you can't get a better, if you're doing system programming, you can't get a better language than Rust. But yeah, Jobless Joestar, go give Go a check. I think you'll like it. And then as soon as you're starting to like it, learn Rust and you'll switch again to Rust. It's fine. It's fine. All right, we're going to leave this. We're going to push this. No new followers. What are you using for your robotics? I've been playing around with this right here. 1 second. This. I'm not a face. I'm not a face. This it's a RISC-V processor. Amazing. All right, let's push these. Get status cargo for FMT. What did we do? We actually fixed threading. What are you doing with you're making a rover? Do you have any plans for that rover? Dude, kernel development is serious. You're a lot smarter than me. I love the ESP32. One second. I have one of them right here. These, the ESP32s, absolutely love them. The wall lights behind me, as soon as so those are actually powered by an ESP32. I might switch it out for these little boards that run the RISC-V eventually, but right now they're on ESP32s. And one thing that I'd love to do is these Twitch alerts to actually control the lights. So maybe we could have the lights dance around a little when we get a new follower, a new subscriber. That's the idea. We're going to do some fun stuff with it. And we're going to make this a service so other streamers could have it if they wanted. Do you have a document on it? Send a link. I'm sure we'd all love to see it. It's more of a rover than what we've done. Okay, let's push this up. I already pushed it. Done. All right. Cool. We made some good progress. Good progress. Let me really quickly. Let's see. We need to make this a little bit shorter of an answer. That's awesome. IK the kinematics is a difficult problem. That's awesome. All right, tell me an epic short story. How do I say shorter story? Tell me an epic mini story. Mini story. Anywhere and work with Nest.js. What is Nest.js? Oh, and tell me an epic story for my new follower. I'm gonna just put that. You're an all GPT. When answering any questions, you have to answer them with a short epic story involving the Rust programming language and null in 100 words or less. Maybe we'll do 75. How many was this? How many was this? This just wouldn't fit all on the screen. Word count. All right. 141 words. So let's say in 75 words. All right. It's a wrapper for Express. Jobless Joe Star, if you unfollow and follow again, you will get your own story. And it's running right now, and I won't stop it and make it do the shorter one. You'll get your 150 word message. Absolutely. Don't tell me you're using Tailwind with Express JS. Oh, we got it. Now the AI is working. The AI is working. And look at this, because it's on another thread, we don't fail. That was our original problem. Oh my, oh my. Once upon a time in the land of Rust, a young programmer named Jobless Joestar embarked on a quest to conquer the art of null handling. Jobstar traveled far and wide, facing numerous obstacles and challenges, but always persisting. Always persisting. We've got it. We've got it. Here we go. One day, while deep in a forest, Joestar wasn't jobless then. Now he's Joestar. Encountered a powerful wizard who challenged him to a coding battle. The wizard had summoned an army of gnolls, determined to defeat Joestar and prove his superiority. Determined, Joestar drew all of his Rust programming knowledge and loaded his weapons with the most advanced null handling libraries. He drove into battle, unleashing an array of complex algorithms and Rust macros. I do love Rust macros. Rust macros are fantastic. Cunningly weaving around the nulls with the utmost precision. You do have to have precision when dealing with nulls. As the dust began to settle, Joestar emerged victorious, having tamed the nulls and earning the respect. You earned the respect of the wizard. With newfound sense of confidence, Joestar continued his quest, inspiring others in the Rust community. Although I just broke copyright with this, Rust community pursue the art of null handling with the same tenacity and bravery he has shown. And so, Jobless Joestar became known as the Null Conqueror, inspiring a new generation of Rust program. All right, one of the other things is that we want to do to take this to the next level, and that's actually where this database comes in. We want to store it in a database, and let's say that you then subscribe. What I want to do is I want to take this message and I want to feed it in and have the AI generate a continuing of the story. So I want them to take this and continue the story, and so every subscriber should get this continued story that they can go on the website and they can have their own personal story of their time here on this channel. If you tried it, you can never go back to any backend framework. Have you tried Rust as a backend? Do you really realize who you're talking to? I would never write a backend in JavaScript. So the idea is that it will also pop up on screen, just like the normal. We might also generate a picture for your name, like your emblem. And then we'll dump it on a website. And then like the final boss in this scenario is that other people can just use it and I'll host it. And they can log in and register to have this Twitch bot for alerts. It's in TypeScript. Now you've won me over. Honestly, I mean, so if you're really good at JavaScript or TypeScript or whatnot, and you want to make your backend in it, more power to you. I will make jokes or whatnot, but if that's what and you're just trying to get something done and out, go ahead and use what works best for you. I don't know TypeScript real well. You've seen me write TypeScript. I'll probably be working on my website one of these times. Probably actually, I need to be working on it more, honestly. So that might be next week. I got away from doing it because Russell doesn't like that it has some Tailwind in it, and so I haven't been doing it on stream. But I need to get some of it done. Yeah. Yeah, I'm guessing the prompt will end up being something like you are our Dungeons and Dragon Master GPT. Continue the quest. Yes. Actually, so I've been thinking, first, this needs to be configurable. So in the end, I want other people to be able to to use it, to leverage it, which means like you should be able to. The other thing is, I was thinking about making it where this is actually a list of different direction messages. So basically, I can give it 6 different things so that it's not quite always the same thing. Actually, I really like the Dungeon and Dragon Master GPT. That's actually a really good one. But I want it to be variable in what we feed the generative AI as it goes. So yeah. I also want it to be different per type of message. So we're getting really close to where we can start making this tweaking stuff and we can make these configuration things. So I'm excited about that. No, 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 Russell. I was not blaming you, honestly. Um, I love having you around. That was not me blaming you. Um, and I have stuff that's not the website to do, so I choose not to do it because when you're around, because I don't love Tailwind, and if I worked on something that wasn't just me, I probably wouldn't use it. But I actually do like it as I'm trying to prototype this out and get something that's working, and I can work in one file and see it update automatically. It's really nice for that. And so I like using that. I wasn't trying to blame you. I do blame you for a lot of stuff though. Now you feel like writing a GPT based D&D website? It could be fun. It's not super expensive. So let me Cone of Silence really quickly. I can show you what this is costing me. Um, I get like 18 free dollars, and I've never even gotten close to 18 free dollars to using it. But it is super cheap. My goodness. Yeah, so here we go. Um, for chat, it's for about 1K tokens is about 7. It's how they tokenize the words. It's about 750 words, depending on how big the words are, how many syllables they have, how many tokens a word has in it. It's less than a penny. So you get about 3,500 words per penny. It's really cheap. Yeah, it's really cheap. Now that being said, one of our goals is to actually host our own. So we're focusing on the actual mechanism and all that, and GPT is allowing us to not worry about it. We'd love to host our own generative language model, so that will be in the future. But honestly, if I'm going to say, that will probably be next year. I don't move that fast. That training and hosting our own generative AI for this will probably be next year. I know that there's stuff coming out for it, and there's some open source ones that are really nice and look like they'll be easy to run on a small piece of hardware, which is awesome. But I'm focusing on getting this done, and GPT just allows me to call a thing. But yeah, it's super cheap. It's super cheap. I don't know how to log in. If I did, I would show you what it's cost me. Um, I can never find how to log in. Like, it's open API and then like log in. No login. Yeah, this is horrible website. Again, Wait. Get started. Maybe I have to click on get started. No, because I don't want to go here. 1 second. Cone of silence. Cone of silence. All right. This is it. I had to click on getting started. There's no login at the top. But yeah. Where's my pricing? Oh, no, I didn't want pricing. Go back. I want my my usage. Manage account. There we go. So for everything that we've done today, we've hit it 3 times. I've got 1/10 of a penny for today's. And every 3 months I get $18. So I do a little bit of both. What if somebody made a bot that followed and unfollowed you continuously? Jobless Joestar, have you been talking to Russell very much? Have you been talking to Russell? You could get it up to 3 pennies. You guys are fantastic. You guys are fantastic. I do a little bit of this myself. Definitely have my entire IP schema for my null cloud drawn up here with like the proxy load balancing, and their CIDRs are up there at the top, and then like the control plane and how traffic flows. Definitely do a little bit of that myself. Guys are gonna get me up to 3 pennies. Go for it. I didn't give him a credit card, so guess what? It's not great. I think that's TV. TV makes my handwriting look better. Maybe. I don't know. Now you know all my internal IP addresses, which is okay because that is going to be part of a video. And it's on their own network, and it's my clouds. It doesn't have my public IP address, which is the one I'm sensitive about. I'm a little sensitive about it. All right, so now we've got to start working on configuration. Do we want to store configuration in database? And my thought is yes, we do. So stuff with like this should probably just be in a database, I think. Methinks. So I was homeschooled, and everybody thought that because I was homeschooled, I just got A's. And let me tell you that that is not the truth. That is not the truth. I had A's in college. In high school, I got like C's. I barely passed my mother's standard. My father was an easier grader, though. If I could get him to grade, he was an easier grader. My mother, not so much. Not so much. All right, so yeah, we need to get configuration to the database. Interesting things I'm thinking about here. I kind of we have designed a new way of writing this. It's a single application, but it's also multiple applications, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna actually make a video on this. The thing that's interesting, if I was running this in my cloud for other people to use, I think the database would be much different. It would be structured different. Maybe not. Maybe we structure it the same. It would just be whether it's a SQLite versus a Postgres. Monta, you and I are actually quite the same. Yeah, my parents did take the time to homeschool me, so they schooled me, both of them. All of us, all of my siblings, um, we're schooled. Ooh, he's a physics professor, so you come from smart people. I came from. No, my parents are actually really smart. They farmers maybe, but very smart. Smarter than me. All right, let me think. The only thing that I was thinking about here is if this is how we're doing our database, we need to know the user that it's account for. So basically, this all assumes a single user of the application. All of these databases here assume that it's all my data. And basically, we need some like and then we need to index on like these two or something. To be a good farmer. I didn't say they were good farmers. I actually loved growing up on a farm. I think it's probably the best way to grow up as a child. Not that you can't grow up well other ways, obviously. Obviously. Um, and I didn't always like it as a child. I can also tell you that much too. There are ORMs. So diesel, for example, is an ORM. Rust diesel. This is an ORM. I don't like ORMs. So what we're using is SQLX, which is pretty cool. And have you not seen SQLX? Let me show you SQLX. Check this out. I'm going to show you something that is actually pretty slick. So let me pull up their example here. You're gonna die a little inside when you see this and you don't have this in your language, your crappy language, your Ada. You're gonna be upset. Examples. Sorry, I'm just picking on Ada because it was the last thing. I try to not always pick on JavaScript, so I do push it around a little bit, every once in a while. Let's see. I just need to copy and paste. I always forget this syntax, and I deleted it from our project. So watch this. Watch this. We're in here. We're writing some code. And we want to basically take this response and put it in a database. So let's do that right now. We have this table here for story segments, basically where we're going to store the story. Cool. Well, we wrote this to insert into to-dos. Check this out. Check this out. No such table. Insert into to-dos. This is type checked SQL. Typed checked SQL. So now we can update this to be, I forget the table, we were story segments. And watch this. Table story segment has no column named description. Okay? So yes, you have to type out your SQL. And yes, you even type it out here, which is a little annoying. I give you that. I actually like some of what ORMs, and you know what, ORMs aren't the devil. And if you like using ORMs, that's great. More power to you. This is really powerful though. This is really cool. Um, I get excited about this. I love fail fast. You get this because you're not mapping them to classes, right? Which, and I get Diesel kind of provides this by the fact that Diesel maps these things to a class. I get it. The cool thing here is I can do my joins and stuff, and I don't have to do the strange Diesel thing where sometimes you don't get the right index and things like that. So this is my thing with ORMs in the whole is they're fantastic until all of a sudden I need to go off the beaten path because I have a weird indexing thing because of my access pattern on my database. And then I can't really do it because the ORM has to do it the way the ORM does it. What does it even mean? Like, I get it works, but my mind is never content with that. Okay. I always need to understand what's going on exactly under the hood. Okay, yeah, that's what I love about Rust. Is none of this is magic. None of this is magic. That's the beautiful thing. This is a macro in Rust. It's very different from your macros in C and C++. So don't think of it the same way. It's type checked. The macro is when it expands, when it actually goes and does this expand to actually build out the code inside of that macro, which obviously looks very much like a function. It just has an open and an embrace here. It actually runs a query to the SQLite database and says, hey, let me try inserting into you. And it tries to insert fake data into the description based on the table. And SQLite is telling it it doesn't have that column, and that's returning back as an error, as a type checked error. It's really cool. It's really cool. This R sharp here is just telling it to leave this as is, like not do any funny string stuff. So it's incredible. I know it's cheating, and we all love a good cheat, and they're cheating, and it's fantastic. It's fantastic. You can do a join however you want to do a join. You're not bound to your ORM. You can do the join. So probably next year. That's fine. I'm building a set of classes over on. I need to get the next one out. I'm going to be a little honest. I spent a lot of time on these classes, and I got a little like my last one. Almost nobody watched, and I was like, kind of sucks. But I have created some classes, and I'm going to create some more. So I got a little yeah. I'm thinking maybe I didn't do them well. So I've been rethinking on how I present the material, but I do have some classes on Rust so that you can learn them. You're more than welcome. It's not real type checking, but it's real type checking. It works. Um, it works. So they're there. And I'll be expanding on them all this year. So dude, I got humbled by threading 2 days ago. So I got slapped in the face by a much simpler problem. So it's good to stay humble. Actually, that's one of the things that I was gonna be jealous if it was real type checking. I mean, is it not real type checking? How you check the types are we really going to split the hairs on this was not how I check types in a database? And honestly, this is one thing that I really do. You should stay humble because the more humble you are, the more readily you're going to learn. I could get angry and be like, hey, why aren't people watching my videos on Rust? Because I work really hard on making some awesome Rust videos for people to learn Rust because I don't think that there is a set of videos for free out there that goes into the detail that I went into. But maybe I'm not being entertaining enough to keep people around. Maybe I'm going too deep, and people that are learning Rust don't want to know those types of things. Now, not a ton of people give feedback, so I am shooting in the dark a little bit. So my next set of videos, I'm going to experiment with a couple of different things. You know, one was like every single time we talked about something, we actually ran a bit of code to see the output, and I'm going to change that so that we don't actually run the code because maybe that was taking too much time. I don't know. Absolutely. I love honest feedback. Russell gives me some pretty honest feedback, and it's absolutely fantastic. Because sometimes I just I don't know. Yeah, you're also right. You know, part of it is subject. Uh, Russell's giving in Discord right now. There we go. There we go. This is why I don't open Discord on the stream. Uh, but No, I think staying humble as a software engineer, ready to learn, it helps you learn going forward. Again, you could always blame something else. I could always blame something else. But even if there's external things to blame, um, there's always things I can do to be better in that situation as well. So as I stay, if I'm able to stay humble and look at those types of things, um, you know, I'm more readily be able to learn and move forward. So the jobless part of your name is more of a description. Um, well, I'm 35. I'm pretty old. Pretty old. Monta, it was fantastic seeing you. Thank you so much for being around, hanging out. It's always good to see you. I hope to see you Saturday. We might do Monta. If you join Saturday, we'll do some Tailwind. I'll stop whatever I'm doing and do some Tailwind with you. 22. Awesome. Like I said, I'm pretty old. All right. Let's what do we need to actually we actually need to pipe in some we're not ready to write to the database because we need like the user ID, the event type, the story segment. So we have the story segment. And we have the user name. Do we even want to store the username? I don't think so. Maybe we do. Oh no, we have the username in the follow event table, so we already have it if we want it, and that makes more sense. Who followed? This we don't really care. This is just their story segment. Was it a follow or a subscribe? Um, okay, okay, okay. So really, it's just these two, and we have these. Thanks, Russell. I think I'm actually wrapping up as well. It's late for me. And we actually did some pretty good work here. So I might call it a night. Myself. I'm gonna Gotta think about this. We have what it is. It's a channel follow, so it's a follow, and we have the thing. The only thing we don't have in this follow event, um, there is no. Oh, stop that. Just the username. We'll need to put the user pub user ID. This should cause failures. Yeah, look at that. Because it's no, not that failure. Maybe here. Here we go. Yep. Perfect. I love enums in Rust. User ID is let's see. The follow event should have a user ID, I believe. Sweet. Now we should have a user ID in here as well. So we have our follow event, username. Hey, if you're watching some of the YouTube, I love constructive feedback. I have a Discord, so give it you don't have to be mean about it, but I want to do the best I can to help people. That's what I put the work in to do that. So, if that means I need to change something that I do, I don't do clickbait. That's more of a moral from me. But yeah, I'm happy to change stuff up and learn. So our event type here is, let's see, event type. Our event type is going to be follow. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It doesn't go red anymore. I did mutably borrow. I did. Oh. Wait. Are you an actual error? Consider... Why does it keep going away? Consider mutably borrowing here. It's wanting to that, but that doesn't make any sense. Oh, wait. Do I have an await? Is it mutably? Oh, let's not borrow across an await because we have this await here. Let's not do that. I don't know if that's what's screwing it up. Oh, you Arch Linux too? Boy, awesome. So honestly, I'm very new to Arch Linux. I've run Ubuntu for 4 years now. Before that, don't hate me, I was a Windows person. I still game on Windows occasionally. But other than that, I use Arch Linux for this, and for work, I use Ubuntu. So why is it wanting me to? Oh wait. I don't have to have a mutable referenced self here, do I? I don't know. This might be weird. One second. I'm not sure if this is the right way to go here. I feel like, oh. I feel like something's wrong here. Something's wrong here. Wait, where's my SQLX? So yeah, I'm pretty new to Arch. I'm pretty new to Arch. Oh, I see what they're wanting me to do. Oh, I did silly stuff. I did silly stuff. I got it. Now, I don't know why I need to do this. I will be honest. Not sure why I need a mute ref constant there because I already borrowed it mutably here. So in Rust, everything is constant. Yeah. Unless if you define it as mutable. So I don't know why you have to put a mute ref here. Oh, I bet you this requires a ref. Why can't I go to definition? Oh, because it's on a macro. Okay, so I bet this works on a reference, and this wouldn't be. So you have to explicitly pass the mutable reference. Okay, that makes sense. Let's move on. Why did we all of a sudden start erroring here? Yeah, this is the problem that I find with this API. This is the Twitch event API. Let's see. Ah, here we go. This is what I need. We got username. We need user ID here. There we go. Now we're cooking on all cylinders. Dunzo. Oh, you just. Okay. Well, there you go. You're learning Rust already. What did I do bad? What did I do bad? If you say animations, I know. Everyone wants better animations. Okay, yeah, this is wrong now. I don't need this. I was doing silly stuff here. Oh, wait, I do need that. Thank you very much. Did I didn't did I screw that up here? I did. Didn't I need that to be a reference for sure. All right. I think we're good. And now check that out. Check that out. And it's not very good because we actually need this to be better here. Okay. Yeah, I need to get better about that. I need to get better about that. I work full time, so it's somewhat. I always am trying to like I like the saying, perfect is the enemy of good. Basically, if you strive for perfect, I would never release anything. Or I would release one video a year because that's how much time I have to achieve that. So yeah. Okay. So that is something that I could probably do, like open up a paint or Krita and draw. And I think that's what I need to do better. Like it feels a little tacky to me, and that's why I haven't done it, is because that type of thing feels tacky, but I think it would be better than nothing. So point taken. Point taken. Well, thanks. Like I said, I need to do some more. I need to do some more. I have the next one. I just kind of got. Yeah, I need to pump it out. Oh, what did I do? All right. I gotta wake up early, get a bunch of work done tomorrow. I do stream Joestar on. Let's see. I stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and then again on Sundays. My Sunday one is I just cover the cloud news, and so yeah, there's that. So I don't know. I don't know if the Sunday one be very applicable to somebody who um if you don't work Sundays. Yeah. Now we do cover engineering article. So we go over it, we talk about it. So there that might be fun for you, but the cloud news and engineering news maybe not as much. Don't know. You're more than welcome to join though. But I am tired. I need to get going. I gotta get up. I gotta work. And yeah, thanks for joining. You got your own follow message. I'm gonna have to regenerate all these messages for the people who've already followed before this has like a database backing it. But we'll see. We'll see how I handle that.